Hi guys, welcome to another weekly update. Well, this time before going any further, I'm going to have to go work, but now it's minus, I think it's -2. Well, as a matter of fact, it's about 30 degrees, so it's kind of cold. I don't like it, but I have to deal with it. I have to still go work. As you know, I'm in landscaping, and well, I have to make some closure for some land to get rid of everything like the leaves and everything. So I don't like it, but someone has to do it, and I'm paid for it. So better get used to it and do it. But I wanted to talk to you also about what's happening in Yellowstone. Well, it's not getting any better. It's getting worse, and the fact that it's getting worse is that the authority for Yellowstone keep everything undercover. What's happening since a few days? Now the geyser erupted more than 24 times. That's a record, and that's really we have to get worried about that fact, because something bad is happening, and the land is going up, and there's a whole lot of new geysers that weren't there before. Now that they exploded, erupted, I should say, a few days ago. So it's we have to look at it, and the worst part is that they keep it on the wrap. They don't talk about it. They don't want to give scientific information. So it's kind of worrisome, you know. We don't know what's going to happen, and as you know, it's Yellowstone. The volcano of Yellowstone is a super volcano. So that's something we have to be afraid of for us, for our children, our grandchildren. So we have to keep an eye on what's happening. And a good thing, there's good people out there that are keeping a close eye on what's happening. I'm going to leave some link under my video so that you can go and see by yourself. You're going to see it's very interesting, but again, it's something we're going to have to be a bit worried about and keep a look on. I also wanted to talk to you about the trip that I'm going to make with my wife and I in 2019. It's a bit far, but you know, it's a big trip. We're gonna go overseas to Europe, so it's something you have to prepare for. It's something that we've been preparing for a long time, but the difference is that now we already paid for it. So now we don't have a choice, we have to go. That's kind of nice, you know. We're going to stay there in Europe for 4 weeks. We're going to go directly to Paris. We already have our hotel in Paris. It's going to be the Batignolles hotel in Paris, like I said, the 17th arrondissement. So it's kind of centered near the train station. Mostly close to the train station of Saint-Lazare. So that's because there's a reason for it, because we're going to stay at first 5 days in Paris, then we're going to take the train in the train station of Saint-Lazare, like I said, to go to Normandy, near Juneau. Since I'm a buff, as you might know, of history, I want to go to the Juneau beach, where was the debarkment of the landing of Normandy, but the Juneau beach was the part where the Canadian landed. So I'm gonna go there and pay my respect, of course, for all those young people who gave their life for liberty. So it's very important to me. So I'm gonna stay in Normandy near Juneau beach for about 3 days. Then I'm going back, but now I'm going to Munich. So it's really a nice long trip to a few countries. We're going to stay 5 days in Munich also, near the English Garden, because I want to visit that place. It's the biggest park in Europe, and it was built in 200 years ago by the prince, who wanted to thank the people of Munich. So he had made this beautiful park, which is the English Garden, which is a bit bigger than Central Park in New York. Can you imagine? It's very big, it's very nice. You can go and see it by yourself. It's something else. Then we're going to go to Berchtesgaden, which is in the southeast of Germany, near the Austrian border. We're going to stay there, though, 10 days. The main reason why is because I wanted to go visit the Eagle's Nest, which was built for the 50th birthday of Hitler by Bormann, which was his consigliere, if you want. But he only went to the Eagle's Nest 7 times because he was afraid of height. So can you imagine? It cost millions. It was something else, though. It's something that we can still see. Now, in our days, there's a restaurant there, and the trip to go up there, it's crazy. You go there by bus, but you should see there. I'm going to try and put a link also so that you can see. It's a marvel of engineering, that place. And the main purpose that I want to go to Berchtesgaden is Lake Königssee. It's one, I think, of the most beautiful lake in Germany. It's the purest water in Germany, and it got the biggest waterfall of Germany, if not in Europe. I'm not quite sure, but that's some place that I want to go to do some trekking. That's for sure. We're going to do a lot of things, and maybe I'm going to rent a motorcycle for a day or two, something like that. That would be nice because we're going to have a problem to move around since we won't be mobile. But I think we chose places that are quite centered, so it won't cost us too much if we have to take the bus or a taxi. I think it's going to be still quite nice. So I think it's going to be just before we bought the ticket, the airplane ticket, which are bought from, I think it's almost a week since we purchased our plane ticket, and we already booked and pay for some of our hotels, so that's kind of nice. So there's no way back, that's for sure. But I was thinking, in 2011 and 2012, we went, my wife and I, on the island, Amelia Island in Florida. It's near Jacksonville. That's a paradise for me. We went there for all winter, imagine, 4.5 months. That was the best trip we ever made, but that was at the same time the worst thing that we ever did because of the fact that when we cannot go back, because it costs a lot of money, that's the worst. Well, at least for me to stay here in what I call the white shit, the snow. So we have to deal with it, but it was the best time. And at one point I was thinking and saying to Nicole, my wife, I was saying to her, maybe we should go back for the same price as the trip, 1 month in Europe. We could stay all winter long on Amelia Island for the same price. So we had to think about it for a while, but you know what? For us, Florida, it's almost the same our society over here in Quebec. It's almost the same. So there's not, in Europe, it's going to change. It's going to be something else, that's for sure. It's not going to be, nothing's going to be similar to what we're used to. So it's going to be a bit out of our comfort zone, but that's what's nice about it. And I think because I'm a fan of history, it's going to be one hell of a, because our history over here in North America is quite young. And even Canada is quite young. So I think it's going to be nice to be somewhere with that history that is so much older than us. So that's kind of nice. So we'll see what happens. As you can see, I'm anxious to go over the water and go see what's happening there. So I hope everything's going to be cool between now and then. And let's hope for the best in Yellowstone and everything. It wasn't a good month, September, but let's hope it won't get worse. Let's hope it's something that the Earth reacts for, but it's going to be something that you know is going to go away. Let's hope so. But it's something to get worried about a bit. So guys, on that note, thanks for being there. And like always, please subscribe, leave a comment and share. It's always appreciated. See you.